Hello, this is Bob Bloom. I organize Toronto PHP, also known as the Greater Toronto Area PHP, Laravel Toronto, and the dormant York Region PHP. York Region PHP is still on meetup.com, and I still have the domain. And today is Monday, March 10th, 2025. It has been a long time since I published an update. I do prefer doing blog posts, but I think video is the way to go now. Our local groups enjoy the passionate support of 4 incredible corporate hosts: 7 Shifts, Maple Online Health, Vetster, and YTZ International. Please take a moment when you are at the meetups to introduce yourself to Ali at 7 Shifts, David at Maple, Toga at Vetster, and Nuno at YTZ, and thank them. And also ask Nuno if there is popcorn. A special thank you to 7 Shifts for their ongoing sponsoring of the meetup.com monthly subscription. In lieu of a website, I set up a GitHub organization at github.com/local-toronto-php-groups. For every meetup, I have a corresponding repo. I put links and stuff there. And I do update the overall org, so you should bookmark it and look at it from time to time. And I cross-link the meetup event with the repo URL. We are listed on php.net. The Foundation knows this. The Foundation knows that the PHP website does not work well. And the events calendar, which is on php.net, and it's linked prominently from the homepage, it just doesn't work for us. I covered a proper presentation of our local Toronto groups on php.net, but the website was done in 2012, if memory serves, and there is an impetus in the Foundation for a very wide-ranging update. But until that update, I think it looks like we're a bit SOL. But know that that's happening on php.net. I have enjoyed immensely a new experience with Laravel. Communicating with someone with the title Director of DevRel and someone with the title, and to tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure what the title is, but it seems along the lines of Community Liaise. You will meet the Director of Developer Relations on March 27th at our meetup at Vetster, and I have corresponded with both quite a bit over the last few weeks. Laravel does a worldwide online meetup. The URL is meetup.laravel.com. GTA PHP has been presented as a hybrid meetup group, and we are grateful for the listing. But we're definitely not a hybrid meetup group. As well, there are over 24 local Laravel groups worldwide, and they all each deserve mention alongside us. I've requested, for both reasons, if they could not list us, especially on the worldwide meetups. I've also asked the new community liaise at Laravel. They could think about listing all the local Laravel groups at laravel.com. Now, if you are interested in a York Region PHP meetup, please contact me. A long-standing issue for us has been a way for us to communicate online between meetups. I was recently thinking of Reddit. And over the last week or so, I've been much less enthusiastic about it because I don't know. For a moment, it seemed like a good idea, but I thought I'd include it here and ask, what do you think? We have 2 meetups this month in March and 2 in April. It's unusual that we have 2 in a month, never mind 2 and 2. Peter Math is presenting one of his PHP Tech 2025 talks on March 20th at Maple Online Health. PHP Tech is an annual conference put on by the people who bring you PHP Architect magazine. The conference is in May in Chicago. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I'm sorry, Chris. Chris Sevilla is doing a remote demonstration of Laravel Cloud followed by a Q&A on March 27th at Vetster. I listed a number of links in the GitHub repo, and I highly recommend that you take a peek at those before the meetup. And I think because you'll get a lot more out of it than if you went in cold. Laravel Cloud does offer a free subscription, but please note, that's just the cover charge. Everything else is pay for play. But I encourage you to do the pay for play because you can keep the cost really small if you keep it simple. The charges should be maybe $5 American. On April 10th, Peter Meth is presenting one of his other PHP Tech 2025 talks at 7 Shifts. On April 24th, our fellow local artisan, Kwame Boateng, and if I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry, he will be doing a live demo of native PHP for iOS. That's native PHP for iOS. Native PHP's founder, Simon Hemp, may be joining us after Kwame's presentation. Now, there's a big time difference, but so far Simon is game. I listed a number of links at the GitHub repo, and I highly recommend that you check those out. Simon has graciously granted us a license at no charge for the purpose of Kwame doing this demo. This license expires on April 25th. Thank you, Simon. Kwame, thank you for taking this on. This is quite the undertaking. On the one hand, you are one of the relative few PHP developers in the world who is taking a go at PHP native for iOS. On the other hand, there's a deadline, there's a demo, there's public speaking at the end of this. Everybody, be gentle on Kwame. Now, in my own personal opinion, native PHP for iOS should be supported by everybody worldwide, but by our local PHP community. My reasoning is that this is something that just feels like someone would have done years ago, but no one did it. Maybe I missed something. Is it really true that for doing PHP in iOS, no one in our worldwide PHP community did this painful grinding work, which included dealing with PHP internals all these years? That it took an intrepid spirit with an exceptional ability to work through an intense series of mundane, nerdy steps to get native PHP for iOS to its current advanced beta stage. Now, so far, Simon has paid the brunt of his own development. PHP development for iOS and Laravel development for iOS is very groundbreaking. Whether a corporate sponsorship or commercial license or taking on a modest sponsorship tier, well, I do not get on my soapbox as a meetup organizer exhorting everyone to sponsor, but in this case, I think it's a very rare and deserved exception. That wraps it up, and I look forward to seeing you at our meetups that are coming up.